guys, welcome back. Today is going to be a foundation video. I have updated a few things with my foundation technique, so I'm going to share those updates with you today. I'm also going to be giving away a couple Real Techniques tools. I've got a Miracle Complexion and Miracle Powder Sponge combo here, along with a Real Techniques powder brush, which is one of my favorite finishing brushes. And I'm also giving away two of my favorite Runway Rogue Lip Liners in the colors Cover Shoot and Haute is Hot. So these four items in today's giveaway. Let's go ahead and just jump right into it. I've got a little bit of alcohol here, and I'm going to use that to clean and dehydrate the areas of my skin where I'm going to be placing the face tapes. And I have my face tapes here that I have pre-sprayed with the Hollister Medical adhesive. It's a spray adhesive. And then I put my hairnet on. Just going to keep things nice and tucked up and out of the way. I'm going to be starting with a foundation primer. I'm using MAC's Prep and Prime, and this goes on all over. MAC's Prep and Prime highlighter, and this is in the color Peach Luster. Now, I do two different concealers. I do a pre-concealer under my foundation, and then I do another concealer after my foundation. The one that I use under my foundation is a full coverage concealer. The one that I use on top of my foundation is a little bit more of a sheer highlighter. Today I'm using Morphe. This is their Fluidity full coverage foundation. For my foundation color, I'm mixing equal parts of the f2.20 and the f2.70 with a new, this is a Miracle Miracle Airbrush sponge. I will look it up. It's brand new, but I just picked it up. Everyone's talking about it, so I thought I'm going to give it a try today. I normally use just the regular Miracle Complexion sponge and the Miracle Powder sponge, which is why I'm giving those away today with the brush and the lip colors. I'm just going to take both of these. They're going to go kind of on the sponge. And I start and then I rotate until I get like a circle. So that's about equal parts. And then I'm just going to pat that everywhere and then start working that into the skin. It's a pretty good sponge. I like it. It's a memory foam sponge. So it has just a different kind of bounce to it. I don't know. Check them out. I think I like it. I think I might pick up a couple more. It's definitely a matte. It works really well with this Morphe foundation. If you want like a real matte finish to your skin, but still natural looking and airbrushed. It's not cakey like back in the days with the we all used like the Krylon TV paint sticks, and it just looked really thick and heavy, and you could feel it on the skin. This feels super light, and for me, Morphe is not any full coverage foundation is not a light foundation. So I do like that it makes it feel lighter on the skin. I'm gonna go in and start building up my contours and my highlights using both liquid and powders. For that, I'm gonna take the Miracle Complexion sponge and the Morphe, this is the F2.50. And I'm gonna put that in the areas where I just want a little bit more depth. It's gonna act as like a virtually imperceptible bridge color. So I just get a nicer blend in the end. With the new sponge, you use that one dry. Now, with the Miracle Complexion sponges, you can use them wet or dry. I prefer to use them wet when I'm working on highlight or contour over foundation, highlight over foundation. For the base, I would use it dry. And then for anything that goes on top of the base, because I'm layering and I don't need the coverage, I just need the color, I would use it damp so that it's a little softer. Now that I've created a little bit of a blend of color and some depth to the base itself, I'm going to contour with Morphe. This is their effects stick in number 15. Sorry, it's their Dimension Effect contour stick in number 15. Now for contour blending, I really don't like sponges. For this, I really like the Real Technique stippling brush. And I don't stipple, you can, take forever, but I just like the small little circular movements to blend that contour. You'll notice I didn't put any contour on my nose. I just used whatever was left over from my brush just to create a little bit of depth and shadow. Not too crazy, because I feel with contouring with wet, it's when it can get real clockable. And for photos, I don't really like, I love blend. I don't like seeing harsh lines for me personally. Now to highlight, Max Prep and Prime highlighter, and this is in the color Radiant Rose. I can't say that name without saying it like I'm from Minnesota. Radiant Rose. And this is just going to go in the same areas that I highlighted under the foundation. A flawlessness. Now I'm putting a little extra here that I didn't do before because I just don't think it's necessary with the pre-highlight. But here, this is where you really want a lot of that illumination. And now we're ready to powder. I've recently gotten into using tinted powders. I was always a translucent powder and a true translucent with no tone to it at all, so it wouldn't change any of the makeup that I did underneath the powder. But now I appreciate the level of depth and dimension that I get by using powders with tone to them rather than a translucent powder, and then contouring with a pressed powder blush over that, which could get very heavy very fast because I do a lot of close-up work, and so anything that's clockable is going to be that much more exaggerated when you're in a frame like this versus a frame that's way back and full body. I am using Morphe Filter Effect Finishing Powder. This one is in filter number 2. And I'm using these with a Miracle Powder Sponge, damp. And the 2 is going where I've highlighted. Now to start building depth and contouring the face, I'm moving down to filter number 9 and still using a damp Miracle Powder Sponge. Same filter effects, finishing powder, and this time in number 11. And instead of using a sponge, I'm going in, because this kind of is my contour, but it's a powder, so it's not as heavily impact heavy as a blush for contour. So I'm using that with a sculpting brush. Now we're going to take a powder brush and we're going to blend all of this together and out. This point, foundation work is pretty much done. I do blush and highlighter after I do my eyes because I lay down a layer of powder to catch any fallout while I'm working with dark shadows. So after I sweep that off, that's then when I will put down my blush and highlighter. For that powder that goes underneath here, I used to use just plain translucent powder, but even with that, I found under the eye area, as I was getting older and my skin just didn't have the bounce and the crow's feet started coming and the crepiness, it really started making my eyes look dried out. So I started doing my eyes first and then doing my foundation afterwards, but I just was never as happy with it as I am when I do my face first, then my eyes. So I'm back to baking under my eyes, but not for the purpose of baking to create a bright highlight, because I do that with the colors that I choose to use in the areas that I'm painting my face. This is just to protect my makeup from the eyeshadow fallout. So I found the Morphe Bake and Set setting powder in Brightening Pink. And this one is such a finely milled powder. And that little tiny bit of pink in there really brightens by pushing out more light, that you get a soft highlight that looks natural, but that isn't cakey. Allow me to demonstrate. Miracle Complexion Powder Sponge, damp. And when I say damp, I mean wrung out really well, then put inside of a towel and then like squeeze all that excess moisture out in the towel. And then that's what damp is for this to me. This is just gonna go right under here like that. Bam. These sponges, for the right technique, make such quick work of the job. But as you see, I use brushes for some things, and I use sponges for others. You just have to know, just figure out why you use what you use. It should be to always help your process along. If it doesn't help your process along, then get rid of it. Even if other people are doing it, they might be doing it for a different reason. You do you, girl. This is going to stay on while I do my eye makeup, and then at the very end of my eye makeup, I will sweep this off and then go in with my blush and my highlighter work, do my lips and my eyelashes, wig, all that stuff, which I will do right now off camera, and then I will be back with the finished look to show you how the foundation looks once everything is put together. See you in a minute. Okay guys, I am back, just finished the rest of my makeup. So now I'm going to put my hair on. And the only reason why I'm showing you guys hair, even though it's not really makeup related, is because we still have to do the face tapes. So I'm going to get a new hair net because that one hurt my head. So I'm going to put this guy on, and now the face tapes will go up over the hair net.
Has anybody told you one? Have you any idea why? Did he tell me why? Has anybody told you why? Have you any idea why?
Okay guys, here is the finished look with the hair and the face tapes pulled up. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave those downstairs. Also, in order to win the giveaway, you will need to comment downstairs to win the Miracle Complexion and Miracle Powder Sponge, the powder brush, as well as the 2 Runway Rogue lip colors. Just leave a comment downstairs about what part of the foundation technique is your favorite, or you think that you would get the most use out of. And good luck to everybody. I will see you in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Have you any idea why?